browsing my site and was trying to check to make sure I had added some content to my site, and I mistyped the URL. And instead of it providing the expected custom 404 error page that I created, it ended up providing a very generic error page that is predefined by the server software. This video, I'm going to actually show you how to set up a custom error page and the error that I got in my situation so that you know how to address it if you have the same message. Here we go. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and jump right into it. So this is the error message that I got. It's a 404 not found, which you would expect if you mistype a URL. The actual URL should be thealmostengineer.com/links, plural, not singular. And what I typed in was /link. And what happened here is, so you got the 404 error not found, and basically URL doesn't exist on the server. And in addition, the 404 not found error was encountered while trying to use an error document to handle the request. Now, what does that mean? That statement means that you have a 404 error page defined in your configuration, which I do. And in an attempt, when the server encountered this 404 error, it tried to redirect to the 404 page that you specify in your configuration. However, in trying to redirect to that page, it encountered another 404 error, which is what this highlighted message means. So how do we fix that? So the first things first, I created an issue on my website GitHub repository. I do keep a copy of my htaccess file in the repository. Granted, I'm not able to deploy it through the automated setup for some reason. I'm gonna figure that out. That'll probably be a future video. So if you want to see that, give this video a thumbs up and drop a comment in the comment section letting me know that you're interested in that content. But the htaccess file kind of basically allow you to give your website custom configuration for each specified directory. So I only have one htaccess file, and that's defined in the website root directory. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go over to the server, and I have everything pulled up here, already logged in and everything. And I'm going to go ahead and open the htaccess file that I currently have. And in here I believe it's towards the top. Yep, here we go. So the error document is 404, and it should point to /404, which is the path of the 404 page that I want it to go to. The problem is when you do not define the HTTP or HTTPS in front of the document location that you define here, what it does is it attempts to navigate to this 404 file on the file system. Obviously, /404, which means from the root directory 404, there should be a file that has a document that the web server can serve. But in this case, it does not. So again, is trying to call a 404 page that results in a 404 page. That's why you get the generic message. So what I'm going to do is actually, for the sake of this video, I'm going to leave that line there. And I'm going to create a new line. So I still want it to be able to handle the 404 error when those occur. But instead, I'm going to actually change the URL or the location that it should point to. So it really should point to this particular location. So I'm going to paste that in, and I'm going to take off the trailing slash because it should not make that big of a difference in terms of the location and being redirected. All right, so that one is there. So now if I do this same URL, and I'm going to make it open in a new tab, now it redirects to the actual 404 error page. Because what happens is, so it says, hey, if I get any of these status codes, so if I result in a 403, I should be redirecting to the 403 page. If I get to a 404, I should redirect to the 404 page. I get a 500 error, I should redirect to the 500 page. And as you see, I have the 500 page actually redirecting to the 404 page, which I do need to fix. But this is essentially how you handle those. And if you want, you don't necessarily, let's say if you're running multiple domains that point to the same website, you do not have to use your domain name in your htaccess file. You can actually use the full path to redirect to the particular location on your file system of where that occurs. So I'm going to try one other thing to see if I can get it to do it without the website. And hopefully it does work. And if so, I will stick with that. So I'm gonna still go with 404, but what happens is on my particular setup, I actually have, even though it's using directories as URLs, inside of those directories are individual index.html files. And that way I'm able to use directory URLs instead of actual web pages that end with .html extension. And a little bit more of that about the whole default index page and so forth. That is beyond the scope of this video, but I can discuss that further, maybe in a future video. All right, so I have changed the 404 configuration to go to /index.html, and I'm gonna change this back to link and see what happens. All right, and so it still works now. That is actually pointing to an HTML web page, whereas before it was pointing to a directory and it did not know how to serve that directory. But since it's pointing to a web page now, it's actually displaying the 404 page like it should. So hopefully this kind of helps you understand a little bit more about the htaccess file and how you can use it to redirect to certain pages when you encounter, or when your users encounter, certain error codes like the 403, the 404, 500, any of the 500 series, or even any of the 400 series area code, not area codes, error codes, and how they can be redirected to a custom page of your liking. If you have any questions, drop those down in the comment section below. Each week, I come with new videos that talk about technology and how to do DIY projects yourself. If you're interested in either of those topics, please be sure to subscribe by clicking the subscribe button, probably somewhere down here in the right. And until next time, peace out.